Miguel Hidalgo, a Catholic priest, became a leader of the Mexican War of Independence against Spanish colonial rule. Alongside Hidalgo, Ignacio Allende was a former Spanish army captain who joined the independence movement and became one of its most important military leaders. The Mexican War of Independence began in 1810, when Hidalgo called for rebellion against Spanish rule in his famous Cry of Dolores speech. Hidalgo's call to arms sparked the beginning of the Mexican War of Independence, which lasted from 1810 to 1821. Despite initial victories, Hidalgo's army of poorly armed peasants and indigenous people was eventually defeated by better trained and better equipped Spanish troops. On March 21, 1811, Hidalgo and his remaining forces were defeated by a Spanish army led by General Felix Maria Calleja at the Battle of Calderon Bridge. Hidalgo and a small group of supporters, including Ignacio Allende, fled to the north of Mexico in an attempt to regroup and continue the fight. However, they were betrayed by one of their own followers, a man named Ignacio Elizondo. Elizondo had been promised a pardon by the Spanish authorities in exchange for their capture. On May 11, 1811, Elizondo led Spanish troops to the town of Acatita de Bajan, where Hidalgo and Allende were hiding out with other independence leaders. The Spanish forces surrounded the house where the independence leaders were staying and demanded their surrender. Hidalgo, Allende, and the other leaders were captured and taken to the city of Chihuahua, where they were put on trial and sentenced to death for treason. Hidalgo was executed by firing squad on July 30, 1811. Allende was executed the following day. Despite the loss of these two leaders, the Mexican War of Independence continued for another 10 years, led by other prominent independence leaders such as José María Morelos and Vicente Guerrero. The war finally ended in 1821 with the signing of the Treaty of Córdoba, which granted Mexico its independence from Spain. Today, Hidalgo and Allende are still celebrated as national heroes in Mexico for their role in the country's independence. Subscribe to the channel or click on the box on the left for more historical events.